All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Fox News alert now. President Obama doubling down, going right after the Fox News channel in the second round between the president and Mr. Bill O'Reilly. Did you see that one? Welcome. I'm Mr. Bill Hemmer with Ms. Martha McCallum here live in America's Newsroom.
Mr. Bill, good morning, everybody.
Another interesting round here.
Very interesting.
So much
last
to talk
night,
about,
right?
too. So.
Yep, we're going to talk about it a lot. Good morning, everybody at home. I'm Martha McCallum. So, the president could have used the interview last night as an occasion to answer his critics on issues like the IRS targeting controversy, Benghazi, Obamacare, but instead, he went with this tactic.
Here's what I would say. I think, regardless of whether it's fair or not, it has made Fox News very successful.
But if I'm unfair,
here's the thing, here's what you guys are going to have to figure out is what are you going to do when I'm gone? I'm telling you.
Our ratings were high when you weren't here.
Oh, man. I've been a big money maker for you.
I want to bring in A.B. Stoddard now, Associate Editor for Columnist for The Hill. A.B., good morning to you there in Washington, D.C. As far as I can tell, Fox News was just fine before, and Fox will be just fine after this presidency. The question, though, why this approach? Why this tactic?
Well, the president, as you know, is facing a midterm election for his party that looks terrible right now for them. If history holds, if the polls hold, they're going to face potentially losing a majority in the Senate, and it looks nearly impossible to take back a majority in the House at this point. The president is basically speaking to the base of the party he hopes will turn out in this election. Democrats actually have had a problem for a long time with President Obama. They believe several criticisms of him, and one of them is that he doesn't fight back enough against Republicans. And going after Fox News and saying, you guys are unfair to me, actually is a way to speak to the base and rally the base and say that he took a shot back. It's much easier than answering questions in a very lengthy interview or being reflective or anything like that, which usually comes from longer interviews.
Well, perhaps, I mean, that tells you a lot about what they're seeing with the base, too. I want you to react now to this as well when it came to welfare and the welfare state in America. Watch here.
We have not massively expanded the welfare state. That's just not true. When you take a look at it, actually, that the levers of support that we provide to folks who are willing to work hard are not that different than they were 30 years ago, 40 years ago, or 50 years ago.
Just that phrase, A.B., not massively expanded the welfare state. We had figures on food stamps in America that have increased 19 million in 5 years. So how do you square that comment?
Well, the data is there on what programs have expanded, but President Obama, like Bill O'Reilly actually said this morning on the broadcast, that, you know, he actually believes that this is the role of government, that in economic downturns particularly, that the government should provide and guarantee a safety net, that the government should create jobs, that the government should provide some kind of to try to alleviate what he has been focused on recently, which is wage stagnation in this country. It is not the view of his critics, and it's not the view of many Americans if you look in polls among independents, et cetera. But it is his view. He's saying it used to be considered normal or sensible. Now it's considered liberal. And I think that he sees the world in a different way. He doesn't see this as a massive expansion. I think he sees it as a necessary one.
One final point here. He was asked, too, if he were the most liberal president in history. He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. He said probably not. Quick answer on that observation.
Well, again, he disagrees with the characterization of liberal, so it's hard. He said Richard Nixon was probably more liberal than he was.
Thank you, A.B.
Thank you.
Plenty to chew on in this thing. Great to have you back on the show. A.B. Stoddard.
Thanks. Great to be here.
You got it, from Washington. Martha.
Interesting comments, right? And interesting timing from the president. Hillary Clinton even followed up with a tweet, taking a swing at Fox News as well. So what we want to know is, do you think that these comments are coordinated? Are they about something? Are they part of the agenda as we head towards 2016 elections? Send us a tweet at Bill Hemmer, at Martha McCallum. We're going to talk more about that with Bob Beckel and Andrew Tantaros coming up. You know, you might say that the president was very transparent on this issue in terms of going after Fox News and what he thinks about liberalism in America. And some might say he promised to be transparent in his presidency, and this was a very transparent comment.
As we remarked yesterday, it seems this political strategy pops up about every 18 months, so it might be back. We'll debate it coming up.
Interesting. Yeah, we're going to talk to them.